Balls, or should I say David Beckham, has revealed that he's got his own nickname for his wife, Victoria, and it may be familiar to many of us. He's recently added her to his phone book under her popular pseudonym, Bosh. But how comfortable are we with nicknames that we've been given over the years? And Carol, you give loads of people nicknames. Has Carol given you a nickname
Oh,
yet?
yes. Carol's... Which, you're very good at it, actually, aren't you? Straight away she'll come up with... Bella's I am, aren't I?
Yeah, you're Bella's,
Which is, I really like, I like it more, actually, than for years I was called Belly. Yes, so immediately people look at your fat stomach. And in fact, Christopher Biggins gave us all nicknames and then gave us little brooches. And I had a little diamond over the eye for the belly, and I've still got it, I have to say. It was lovely because lots of people 30 years ago knew me, you know, will call me Belly still. But I went for an interview once for a quite moody part in a film, and the casting director, that's the lady, you know, who gets you in for the job, was an old friend, and she obviously kind of forgotten. There was this very smooth American film director sitting, and I was being particularly, well, I thought moody, until she went, Belly, if you'd like to get up and read something for her. So I kind of grovelled my way across the floor. But Mr. Spain, talking of nicknames, that was a secret code when we first met so that nobody knew I was going out with him, so he's Mr. Spain, but he calls me the little Brontosaurus. Which I quite like because... Yes, because in a way, it suggests somebody older, but kind of tough, you know. So when he goes, come along, my little Brontosaurus, I'm there.
It is, yeah.
I like that. I like those little, you know, the little names that you give to friends. But it's a bit annoying when someone who doesn't know you uses them.
Yes,
do you know what I mean? Like, my two best friends are called Baby Chimp and Giant Chimp. So there's a giant chimp, there's a baby chimp, and there's my brother, he's the chimp, and then my other friend, who's called the chump, and then there's my other friend, Doogray, then there's Doogly, and then there's Dougly and Dougie, and then there's Basher, and then there's Chipstick, and then everybody's got a nickname. And here, yeah, Bella's, and then Colleen, I called Tubbsy, and I've always called her that. I do, what? Honestly, and everybody gets upset about it. She doesn't get upset about it, because I've always called her that, and she's fine with it. So I haven't thought of one for Jane yet.
No, but you will.
Oh, but I will. But you, Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed, you said straight away Mr. Ed, and something about a horse, which we won't go into. But
you said a talking horse.
Yes, that's right. That's what I meant, ladies
Does
and
he
gentlemen.
stand behind a barn door?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
He's got his
Hi,
shed now,
I'm Mr. Ed. Yeah, Mr. Ed's shed now. Ed the shed. Yeah.
Has it got one of those doors that opens halfway, like Mr.
Yes.
Ed?
It actually has.
Oh, no! So he really is a horse?
Yes.
Oh, well, say no more.
Mr. Ed in his shed. Yeah.
You need to get him to lean out the top bit and go, hi, I'm Mr. Ed. And unless you're really old, you won't remember that.
No,
I do remember that. You can say, why the long face?
Yeah. But it's funny, my older sister and then my brother were all called Mackie at school, and I was called Mackie at school, so I think it's just, you know, because we're mucks.
Well, Will, the floor manager, he calls me Macca.
Yeah, and that's funny, he calls me Macca. He calls me Macca.
He calls you Macca.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're both thinking that they're special, and they're not.
That was
Look what you've done now. You started a fight.
He doesn't know whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. He just goes macca.
I used to be called Spoonie for a long, long time. Spoonie was my nickname because I get words wrong sometimes without meaning to, and it used to be called a spoonerism, where you know, I mean to say, like I say, emaciated instead of emancipated, and get it all. Oh, did it right?
Yeah,
okay.
Then,
and so I just used to be called Spoonie, and it kind of stuck. But now I'm really clever. Nobody calls me that anymore.
Doesn't anyone call you
let them try.
Doesn't anyone call you anything? I mean, has Steve got a nickname for you? Because Mark calls me Columbo because I'm always like a detective. I always know what he's been up to, and I was like, oh, I know what you've been up to. What have you been doing? Why are these curtains drawn? And you know, I'll always suss him out on anything, so he calls me Columbo.
Sure, it's not when you look at him cross-eyed.
No, I don't want wearing my raincoat. No. And then I call him Little 'Un, but not for the reasons that you might think, because absolutely not. But he calls me Little 'Un as well. So I've got loads of nicknames. Does Steve call you anything?
He calls me Beg for brown-eyed girl, which is very sweet.
Oh,
All right, Beg.
nice. What do you call him?
I call him Steve. I'm not very good at it. Yeah. Or Mr T.
Not Bob.
Not Bob. No, he gets that a lot. Oh,
Does he?
Bob, builder. Yeah.
He's a builder,
Actually,
yeah.
his friends have started calling him Showbiz. Showbiz Steve the builder. Just because of being with me, which is quite funny.
We saw him on the telly the other night.
I know.